Welcome to the jungle, that is my hair. Hey, okay, so Christmas tomorrow, guys. I want to wish everyone a beautiful, magical, amazing Christmas and an amazing New Year. And I just want to jump on live quickly to talk about just consistency and how to do great things, how we are doing amazing things each year of our life, especially those that have taken the red pill on the conscious journey. For the Matrix, oh, there's my Matrix 4 little jam, taking the red pill. But do you know what the key is to our growth? And growth is just consistency. To be consistent with your awesome evolution, to keep showing up yourself every day, to keep learning, to keep facing your fears, to keep growing, to keep expanding, to keep networking, to keep pushing your boundaries, to keep trying to find love, to keep getting your heart broken, to keep finding new people, to keep experiencing abundance in friendships, relationships, to keep facing your fears, to keep taking psychedelics, to keep doing urine therapy, to keep doing fasting, to keep doing these things, to have setbacks, to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The key to all of it is consistency. And I'm thinking of that today because I have many things that are fucked up and weird and traumatized. And I'm not everyone's cup of tea, even the divine feminine. You know, I've got a lot of work to do. But I'll tell you something that I'm good at. And something you're probably good at, or you can learn from me. It's just consistency and showing up all the time. It's consistency. And I was thinking of it just now because I got an email for my YouTube channel monetization. Because when you get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and a certain amount of hours in a year, I think 12-hour view watches, you can subscribe. Now, the funny thing is, I'm well over that. I'm on 2.2 thousand YouTube subscribers. I'm not saying this to show off. I'm going to say this just to encourage you, because I'm just a human that's fucked up. That's, you know. But anyway, I was well above that, and I've basically been procrastinating or not thinking about it. And anyway, I applied today for the monetization. Now, I don't care about making money from YouTube. That's not why I do this stuff. Money is just an exchange of value. I don't do it for that reason. But it made me think that, you know, my YouTube is a great example of what I've been doing in my life. It's a microcosm of the macro of how I treat my life. Because, look, I don't really care, if I'm being honest, about spending my time on tactically gaining a massive audience, and doing all these tactics, spending thousands of pounds on courses so that I do search engine optimization and all that stuff. I mean, some people do, and that's fair play. That's their entire life, to reach a massive audience, to learn all the hacks. Mine's not. But one thing I've learned, if you really want to get your message out there, which I found simple, and it's kept my life easier, so I don't have to use willpower to do this, is basically just to be consistent with sharing the truths of my journey as I've gone along with this journey from my beginning, I guess, in social media, which would have been in urine therapy in 2016. My excitement, and then and literally from my excitement in urine therapy and joining all the groups, it was like I didn't know this was going to be a career, a money-making career, a life-changing opportunity career. But anyway, eventually after years of that, 2018, I started realizing, well, I should share more. So then I stepped up my game and shared pretty much every day all these exciting things that I was learning, because I was learning not just urine therapy now, I was learning fasting, I was learning semen retention, I was learning power growing your hair long, I was learning yoga, I was experimenting, I was learning for everyone on Facebook all these things I'd never heard of. Dry fasting, oh my god, that blew my mind when I heard that first from Oliver Douglas. Holy shit, that triggered me when he said 1 day dry fast equal to 3 days juice fast, water fast. And I tried them and I got excited. So all I've ever done really is shared, and coming back to the point, I got to a point where I realized I've got to share consistently everything I'm learning out of joy and love, and quite honestly, with no intention to make it a business or money out of it, because I was still doing normal jobs and still trying to figure out my life. Eventually, I started to click. Well, if I'm consistent and the people like the stuff I'm sharing, and I'm just sharing honestly from my heart, well, I could figure out ways to make money from this, which gave me the idea to write books, which was the beginning of the start for me. My first book in January 2019, the culmination of many years of experience with aged urine, so my own heart, but also a little bit of left brain too, because I realized through my left brain logic, my divine masculine is quite strong, my differentiation, my ego, that there was a market for a book on not just urine therapy, because there's loads of urine therapy books out there. That's pretty boring. But there was no market. There was no one forget market. There was no one talking about my beloved aged urine and written a book on it. No one had done it. So that was right brain love there's an opportunity, a left brain, oh, you could actually make some decent money over time, Harry, probably, if you release a book on aged urine, something that you do happen to love anyway, so you could be congruent and sincere with it, but at the same time, you've got a niche market. And that was in January 2019. To this day, still, fast forward nearly 3 years from January 19, still no one's written a book on, apart from me, on just aged urine. And I've seen, let me share with you guys now, the stats on my urine therapy books. I've written 8 books now, and this month has been my highest number of books I've sold since I started the writing process in January 2009. It's gone through lots of ups and downs on the book writing process. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because out the 68 books sold this month, and I don't have to do anything for it. It's just there. Once you start getting reviews organically, I didn't ask for any of them. Things kick off. It's aged urine, man. It's so fucking powerful. So it grows. Anyway, of the 68 books I've sold, I looked at the stats today, and something like over 2/3 of them are just the aged urine books, 1 and 2. Mostly the first one, but I've written 2. So by far, the book that sold the most since I started this writing journey, it's making the most money and helping the most people, is the most powerful of them all. Of all the 8 books I've written, funny enough, is the aged urine, which was the first book I wrote. My first book is the bestseller. Funny. But yeah, so that was the start. It's been slow, and it was never, even now, I wouldn't say I could survive on my book money. But that's going to change, I think, with what I'm watching in, plus, obviously, if I wrote 2 books every year, I've written 8. If I wrote 2 books every year, by the time I'm 60, I figured I've worked out I wrote 60 books. You know what I'm like. If there's something powerful, of course I write a little book on it. It doesn't need to be a fucking Shakespeare book. It just needs to be my own experience with something powerful. I don't care about Shakespeare, I don't care about perfectionism, I just get the word out there. And by the way, something a little bit different in my books, I'm not criticising people, is my books aren't about me. This video's not about me, it's about you. But look what I did there. I mean, I'm not criticising, but a lot of people, when we talk about books, think they have to do a magnus opus on their life. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with writing a magnus opus book on your life, just one book, because eventually I want to do autobiography series too. However, again, my bias, I guess, to you guys is find something that you found powerful, and instead of writing a book about your life story, which is generic, and how are people going to find it randomly? People would never have found my books if I wrote an autobiography for my book. My aged urine book sells the best because people are interested in something that has never been written before, and I'm the first to write it. That was smart. Beyond that, right, like David's a great example. He's written many books, and they're not all about him. They're about the one that I've got of his, and he's written many, and I need to get more of his, is the Salvia Dividorum, which is an amazing, the one that's got a bad reputation, but actually, he's right. He's got a little niche there. It's actually plant medicine that's powerful, and it's got a bad reputation because people take too much of it. So I like what he's done. We're similar in that way. It's not about you. So I'm not criticising if you want to write just one book in your life and it's your magnus opus about the story of your life, because that's definitely worthy. I'm just saying, like, let's be smart here. Let's write about things that you're passionate about off the top of your head. None of my books I have to research and write loads of footnotes. They're literally off the top of my head. I do them in a couple of weeks. Imperfectly. Anyway, what am I saying? Consistency. And that's what I've done since January 2019. The first book sold loads in a week. In January 2009, the aged urine book. And then, for the next few months, hardly any. So that made me... I didn't know what it'd be like, the markets. So that set me back and made me realise it wasn't going to be like this full-time, like hundreds of books sold every month. So I had to figure out other ways to make money. And all I was doing was just being consistent. And that's all I've ever done. The book ideas came, supplements, affiliation, speaking my truth on finding, through synchronicity, the most powerful supplements on earth, with the life weight patches, and then even beyond that, one that I definitely fucking would myself would be lifelong on, the root supplements, the root clean slate, since February this year, super powerful, to zero in the nootropic, all that stuff. It brought me income, and it's all been consistency and basically sharing my journey so that I can have enough money and have a little bit of money abundance so that I can actually reinvest. What I do, with, quite honestly, with all the money I make, is I reinvest about 90% back into products that are like energy devices that cost thousands of pounds, or traveling holidays, or I don't know, high vibe shit. Because I don't. Once you go on this journey, you don't believe in wasting money buying things you don't need. You use it towards your own healing. So basically, it goes all back towards my own healing, which is amazing. But anyway, it's all about consistency. And the YouTube, what I've been doing since let me see, look, I'm not saying 2.2k is a load of subscribers. What I'm saying is that, again, I just put it because I shared it for joy, and I learned that if I was consistent, and it was nice to be consistent because I had a lot of information to share, so I wanted to put videos up kind of daily, if not daily, on YouTube. And I've done it almost daily for like 3 years now, the YouTube channel. And I love sharing, and sometimes I'll take breaks because I'm going through an intensive period, but then I'll come back strong with making more daily videos. And it's just how you grow. It's how you get more impact, the one way without having to spend your entire life figuring out all the algorithms. Everyone talks about the algorithms on Facebook and the yada and the left brain. That's too much focus for me. I don't care about that stuff. I do care about showing up for people and consistency. And like caring for people is another one. Caring for people consistently. Sometimes you'll find people on Facebook, for example, that love loads of people's posts, and they'll disappear because they're going through a tough time, and then they'll love people's posts again. Now, I generally want to support people and love people's posts, and even when I'm not feeling good, sometimes that happens to me too, I'm still consistent and care about other people. I don't disappear. It's being consistent. I mean on many levels. I don't mean just for business. I don't mean for sharing. I mean for helping people, being consistent. Sometimes I don't feel good, but I offer support and ears in real life and on social media to people, even when I don't feel good, because that's what consistency does. Consistency separates out the leaders, of which you all are, from the people that aren't. You can't just rely on being on a good... What I'm trying to say is you can't just rely on being a good mood. You can't just rely on motivation to do these epic dreams you have. Do you know what? The amount of people that I hear in our communities that have got big ideas, that's awesome. But I also think in the back of my mind, the amount of ideas I hear spelled around about all these awesome things they're going to do that are never going to get done. The reason why? Because people like ideas and the thoughts and how it feels to have this idea. But you know what it takes to get it done, all these ideas that they could possibly do? They need to be consistent. Consistency! That's the message I'm giving you here. It's all about being consistent. Your growth is consistent. Your face your fears is consistent. If I achieve anything in business and I want to have a lot more impact than I do now, it's not through left brain tactics as much as I'm just consistently networking on social media. I'm consistently making friends in real life. I'm consistently caring about people and showing up even when sometimes I don't feel like it because I'm going through my own shit. That happens quite a lot. And when I do feel good, guess what? Just be consistent. That's all I'm saying. And that's the story of me, of what I'm doing, of why I'm into holistic health, of why I have so many opportunities to do so many cool businesses, and I'm going to make shit happen in the future that's bigger than what I'm doing now, starting up businesses. I'm going to grow. I've got ideas. I look back at my ideas from a year ago and I think, fuck me, they were baby ideas. Look at my ideas now and think they're epic. I probably look at the ideas that I think now, and next year I think next year time, fast forward, I think they're baby. I'm always looking at them and growing. It's consistency. Consistency is everything. To be consistent, you don't rely on good moods. That's what separates people. You would just do it. It becomes you. Consistency becomes a personality. Then you don't have to talk about it, think about it. You just are it. I'm only talking about it, thinking about it, because I'm trying to relate to you a message of one thing that I'm really good at, which is consistency. I'll always show up. I'm determined. And I think that comes from the fact that I've been stepping into my power for a while now and I have a mission and I know my strengths and I know what I'm supposed to do here. So, consistency. Without consistency, I will fall off my mission. We all will. We'll lose our impact. Each one of you has a fucking story, man. Each one of you has a niche, a story, something special that you need to get out to people. The only way you're going to do it, though, is through consistency, taking action, and doing things that might feel uncomfortable at the first, but you grow into them, and then it becomes normal, and then you take on new things. You just stay consistent with your growth and challenges and doing stuff. You'll be fine. You'll be fucking fine. It's consistency. And that's what I want for everyone in 2022. A bit more consistency, a little less of what I'd call pipe dreams, where I hear people saying that these amazing things, and I'm hoping, but I'm just imagining a lot of it won't happen. But with consistency, and I know that your personality, if I know your personality is consistent, and you're consistent, you say things, you do things, you'll get it done. Because that's the story of what I've done. I'm not perfect, by the way, but I have been consistent my entire life with what I want and my dreams. If you're consistent with the action towards your dreams, the baby steps, you're fucking guaranteed to get there. Nothing's impossible. When people tell me their dreams, when you guys tell me their dreams, it's all possible. But you've got to be consistent to make it happen. Truly. And I want that for everyone. Because I want to collaborate with loads of you. I want other people to come to me and say, hey, you want to collaborate? At the moment in our phase where I reach to other people, and that's fine. That's cool. That's just me. I want other people to come to me too sometimes. You know, that's cool. Alright, so, yeah, consistency. Yep, Keith, keep yourself, I think, everyone, yep, David, yep. Alright, so that's it. Just consistency. I wish everyone the most amazing, magical 2022. Let's end it on a high. And let's be more consistent. Let's show up. Look, it's also a time when January, if you look at it from a mainstream blue pill action, everyone in January wants to give up smoking, lose weight, the normal people. And then what happens is they're motivated for a few weeks and then they give up by the end of January. For example, gym passes. Everyone signs up the gym pass in January, never turns up on February, March. Everyone wants new things. This is the time which separates the sheep from the lion, if you want to judge it, I guess. People say they want things, they'll be consistent because it's a new year, a new start, and then they just go back to their old fucking ways because they're not consistent with the action, and you're literally trying to become a butterfly, but you have to let go of the old shedding the complete layers of the caterpillar, and most people don't fully, so they can't become that thing. You have to let go of everything that you thought you knew, like Fight Club says. You have to let go of everything you thought you knew to become that new person. You have to shed the layers. You have to start growing into another person. Slowly, which is what we're doing. But that can only come with that word, consistency. Consistent action and thoughts and beliefs and changes within you to rewire this into a new being. Consistency, slow. It doesn't have to be fast. And also, like I said at the beginning, for me, every stage of my life has been 2 big steps forward and 1 big step back. Or a circle, you could say. So you learn the lesson, you fuck up, you seem like going backwards, and you have to relearn the lesson, but you become more powerful because you've learned it in a deeper way. You've really integrated that lesson. You know, so it's either the 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or the circle where you learn the lesson, you go backwards, and you know, all this stuff. So, yeah, let's be consistent. All right, he's put a request in. Someone put a request in. All right, so yeah, cool. How to get off this? Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing new Christmas and New Year, and yeah, I wish everyone the best. I really do.